So Trump's idea of making Canada a state, our 51st state, making more and more sense by the day, don't you think? It's clear that these people have no clue how to govern to our north. Taking people's guns away, well, that's bad enough, but then shipping them off to Ukraine, well, that's just the icing on the cake. By the way, it's probably something Joe Biden would love to have done, too. I'm just going to say it. The Ukraine superfunding has got to stop. We all know about our own presidents, current presidents, shady ties to Ukraine. When you consider the past, the never-ending donations, the taxpayer-funded handouts, well, it looks a whole lot like blatant money laundering, because I'm sure Joe, well, I shouldn't say I'm sure. I'm guessing Joe and his pals are going to get something back in return from Ukraine. Just can't figure out what it is yet, but we'll know. Eventually we'll know. But now Canada bans 324 types of guns, bans them. And of course, Zelensky's going to get a nice little present, a nice little delivery, folks. I see a very, very scary trend here. In Canada, rightful gun owners are now going to lose their firearms. Ukraine is set to benefit from this transaction again. In America, we all pay tons and tons of taxes. Our dollars are basically lit on fire. And of course, Ukraine has benefited from that taxation. Are you seeing what I'm saying here? Are you seeing the pattern? Canada, kind of like the Joe Biden presidency. So when law-abiding, tax-paying citizens suffer, Ukraine tends to benefit. Why is that? Because Joe and the liberals want to take care of Ukraine for whatever reason. I'm guessing, I don't know. I'm guessing Ukraine pays into these Democrats' election funds. They have to. I'm sure they are. In fact, I think Mitch McConnell, the Republican, current, soon to be replaced, but current leader in the Senate, has said that Ukraine was spending money on businesses here in America. So let me get this straight. Taxpayers send our money to the government. Joe Biden decides to send it to Ukraine, and Ukraine sends it back to people that have supported Ukraine. This is like the worst Ponzi scheme in the history of the world, and right in front of our own eyes. What has Ukraine ever done for us? Did they cut a check after the superstorms that left countless Americans either dead or homeless? No, they didn't see that check. Did they help us out during COVID? You know, when our economy was basically on its ass and Americans were dropping like flies? Oh, they didn't help out then either. Did they do anything during the Summer of Love riots when cities were burnt to the ground? No, Ukraine just kept their mouths shut. Well, what about when East Palestine, Ohio was poisoned by a train derailment, or when the Francis Key Scott Bridge collapsed in Baltimore, was hit by that super tanker? Did Ukraine help us? I'm sure they sent something like, I don't know, maybe a get well soon card, maybe $50 on a gift card, right? Nope, not at all. The answer would be a big fat resounding no. But they did do something. Well, they did something for Joe. They hid Hunter Biden's secrets. I'm sure the big guy paid a pretty penny for that. We paid the pretty penny, but Ukraine has never lifted a damn finger for the United States. I'm sure there are plenty of Canadians who feel the same way. Biden and Zelensky are political thugs. Throw in Justin Trudeau now, who help each other under the table as their respective countries suffer. So I think we should just jump online and read into some of this stuff, do some digging. Speaking of Biden and his band of political thugs, did you see some of the names, again, we talked about this yesterday, who are next on Joe Biden's pre-exit pardon list? Well, yeah, it's amazing. Dr. Fauci, who I would say could be responsible for 7 million deaths worldwide, 1 million here. He's the one who sent our taxpayer money to the Wuhan lab to gain of function research, which actually caused the virus that leaked from that lab to kill so many people. Dr. Fauci is at the center of that. But so he's getting a pre-exit pardon by Joe Biden. It's not for sure yet, but it looks like he's going to be one who gets one. Wow, folks, wow. Liz Cheney, Liz, her father was George Bush's right-hand man during the weapons of mass destruction fiasco. Never met a war I didn't love. Liz Cheney, she's going to get a pardon. Adam Schiff is allegedly going to get a pardon too. Basically, anyone who deserves to be held accountable and go to jail on the Democrat side is going to get a clean slate from old Joe. This screams guilt. It screams guilt. Biden may issue pardons to these anti-American losers, but the court of public opinion has already issued a ruling. Everybody knows that Anthony Fauci is a slimy, sleazy character. You can't even call him a doctor. Liz Cheney, Adam Schiff are both useless. Again, everybody knows this. So enjoy your pardons and know that nobody in this country will ever respect you again. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, remember her? She's a wackadoo. Another wild Democrat who no one respects. Well, old Joe isn't going to pardon her yet. I don't know what she did yet, but he might, but you never know. But she did have some pretty insane takes on the United States national debt.
These people that have now been put into position or have been at least put up to be put into position, maybe they should start paying their fair share. We can start right there. Instead of looking for cuts to things such as PBS or looking for cuts to things such as SNAP benefits, or looking to make sure that we cut down on the workforce for Social Security, or maybe even cutting back on Social Security. Maybe we should start with making sure that we have more income coming in. And I can guarantee you Elon Musk has a few extra dollars that he could lend to help this country out.
I don't even know where to start with that nonsense. I have no idea where to start with that Jasmine Crockett. Typical, almost a Bernie Sanders type talking points. Tax them more. Let's get more free income for people. Are you out of your freaking mind? That's not how it works, Jazz. That's how it works. It's the free market. You allow people to create. You allow people to make money so that they can hire more people and pay people more. Elon Musk has contributed more to society this year alone and is worth more than any dollar amount Jasmine Crockett could possibly name. He's restoring free speech in America. He's working to eliminate excess governmental waste at his own cost. He doesn't have to do this. He's doing this because he cares about the country. What more could you ask for this guy? What more could you possibly ask for this guy? Not to mention, a couple of years ago, probably the last year he paid his taxes so far. He does extensions, obviously. In 2021, Elon Musk paid $11 billion in taxes. Again, $11 billion. That's not enough. That's not his fair share. Jasmine Crockett. Maybe the solution to our debt problem is to stop spending our tax dollars on your radical, stupid, dumbass, green dream deals. Fortunately, Doge is going to help make sure that happens. A new Senate investigation found that just, get this, 6% of federal workers show up to work in person. Let me explain that again. There are about 3 million federal workers, about 3 million or so. Only 6% show up in person. 94% of the federal workforce works from, quote unquote, home, or wherever the hell they might want to be at the time. Meaning these massive, wildly expensive federal office buildings, hundreds of billions of dollars of federal office buildings are empty. They're empty. We own them. You paid for them. We support them. We heat them. We cool them. You pay for them, but they're empty because dumbasses in D.C. swamp let 94% of the payroll work from home. I wonder what Jasmine Crockett thinks about that. Maybe save a few bucks there, Jazz, because to me, that seems wildly wasteful. Wouldn't you agree? Well, that's with this one of the biggest stories of the week, the invasion of privacy happening in the bathrooms on Capitol Hill. Yep, we talked about it yesterday, but it continues today. Folks, this obsession is getting weirder and weirder by the day. And they thought we were weird? Tim Walz said Republicans are weird? You freaking Democrat liberal weirdos are weird. Look at this pervert right here, a trans activist recording himself using the women's bathroom in the Capitol building.
I'm coming in the ladies' room to shake the dew off my lily. I'm going to shake the dew off my lily. I'm going to pop a squat. I swear nothing bad's going to happen. I'm just going pee. Ooh. So I'm sitting in the toilet and I'm going pee. I know this is newsworthy. I don't know why. But I just wanted to let you know that everything's coming out okay. And I hope you have a really nice day.
I'm sorry you had to deal with that. The trans activist, dude dressed like a lady, as he put it, popping a squat. I mean, do I really need to hear that? I guess not. I guess we had to see it, hear it. It's just getting weirder and weirder, folks. First of all, are these deranged lunatics really going all the way to the Capitol to record themselves in the bathroom? Doesn't anyone have a job these days or a hobby? You know what I just figured out? All these activists, these trans weirdos who are going into bed, they probably work for the government. They're working from home. That's how they're working. They're probably taking videos of themselves going to the bathroom in the opposite sex's bathroom just to violate other people's privacy. Why do people think this type of behavior is normal? I can assure you, one way or another, Republicans will ultimately win the bathroom wars because logic always wins out. Hopefully, nothing terrible happens before then, but the incoming administration has no tolerance for this BS, and this little fetish of theirs certainly is BS.